Good morning, everybody. Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. This will be going over the brand new Cavendish Barto Dual Legend, and we're also be going over the batch units to go along with him. So we got our coffee here. We're waking up, and hopefully it's gonna look good. So, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright guys, so the first unit of the day, of course, is the new legend, Cavendish Barto. Cavendish is going to be a quick unit, of course, and then Barto is going to be a dex unit, which is new, so that's cool. They're going to max out at 15 turns with 1838 attack and 4000 HP with 498 recovery. That's so, overall stat-wise, they are very high, probably top tier in stats, so that's really, really nice. And let's go over the captain ability. The captain ability for Barto and Cavendish is it's gonna, when you pop the special, is gonna be driven character boost by 4.25 and make strength, dex, and quick beneficial, reduce all incoming damage by 25%. So that's obviously amazing, but it's driven. I don't know, man. You burned me once on driven. I don't know if I want to go back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I want to go back. So, the problem with being driven and being a driven captain, of course, is that driven had a solid 6 to 9 month counter on JP. Da fuck what? And it's still there. And the problem I also see with this captain is that part of the captain's dex, of course, you can switch to quick, so you won't be as counter there. But I'm still feeling like it's driven, I don't trust you, you know? And there's tons of content that I want to go back to and beat with driven, but I can't because you keep countering it. So, I guess, I mean, okay, so maybe they're specifically counting V2 doffy now, maybe not, we'll see. I honestly, maybe they're trying to bring driven back with this, who knows. But overall, I like the captain ability damage. It's insane. 4.25 captain is nuts. And then 25% damage reduction, I think, is the highest in the game that you can get as far as a flat amount of damage. The only one higher that I know of is when you pop version 1 gear 4, you get like 80 when you pop, like 80, I don't know, something ridiculously high. So, overall, it's the highest damage reduction besides that damage reduction in the game, I believe, as a captain ability. All right, so going into the limit break abilities, just real quick, he does also have strength as well as quick damage reduction. I'm hoping they max out at 7%. I don't actually know because we can't see it right away. But if they do max out at 7%, then he will definitely have a massive amount of damage reduction coming in from whatever content you're going to be using for strength or quick. So, very interesting. Not having an HP boost is really not a big deal nowadays because on non-HP boosted teams, we can usually get around 20 to 30k HP, which is usually more than enough to beat the content and stall. So, with limit breaks and support abilities, not having an HP boost, to me, perfectly fine. The captain ability for just Bartolomeo is going to be a 3.25 times captain and then reduce damage taken by 25% when he doesn't attack in his turn. So pretty much exactly the same as the normal Legend Bartolomeo. And then the dual unit for Cavendish is going to be a driven 3.25 boost and a self 3.75 boost. So very similar to his own kit, except it's a higher team boost and a lower self boost. So, yeah, I mean, They definitely reflect their own legends already. I don't even know if there is an HP boost on Legend Barto. I'd have to double check, but I don't think there is. But if there is, you know, I mean, that's a small downgrade from Barto's captain ability and then a slight upgrade to Captainish. Honestly, I would rather have a 3.25 total team boost and a 3.75 at the end boost. That actually would be, I would like that better. But it's fine. This is good. So his special ability is going to do 75 times attack and typeless damage to all enemies. For 1 turn, it's going to reduce a large amount of damage over 5,000, which is essentially the same kind of damage threshold thing that Raid Bartolomeo already has, except Raid Bartolomeo is tier 1 special, it's 5,000, and tier 2 special, it is 3,000 for the threshold, but Raid Barto also has a heal, this one does not. Boost the attack of driven characters by 2.25 for 3 turns and become Barto Cavendish. Did that just say 2.25 type boost for 3 turns? Damn. So that's awesome. I think that's the highest ever. Wow. 2.25 for 3 turns. I think the closest we get to is Nami's 1.75 going to 2.25 for that, to be even close to that. And Nami's could arguably be better for a rare recruit quick Nami. But, you know, that's awesome. That's pretty freaking awesome. The only critique I have here is I wish the damage threshold was for 3 turns instead of for 1 turn, because if I want damage threshold, I usually want it in the final room, and the whole point of having a 3-turn special would be it'd be nice for the final room. But my guess here is that you want to use the Barto Cavendish special on 1 room, and then when you go into the next room, you pop the next Barto Cavendish special, and you get the threshold back. And now you have both captains activated, but you don't trigger a type boost because it's already up. That's my thought. I mean, it could be something completely different. Who knows? But yeah, okay. That's amazing. Okay, so the switch ability is interesting too. So it's going to change his own orb into matching, and then boost orb effects by 1.5 for 1 turn, and then recover 5% of his max HP value, and then also give you a % damage taken buff. So all of that stuff from popping his special, from popping a switch. And the thing about switch abilities, no matter what, do not trigger interrupts. So getting a 25% damage reduction as well as a 1.5 times orb boost whenever you want, that part's insane. And then since Cavendish Barto makes Dex Strength and Quick beneficial every single turn, that's really nice. I actually don't know if they make Dex Strength and Quick beneficial every single turn innately, but it looks like they just make them beneficial only when the special is popped. So it might be a lot worse in the earlier turns if you don't have the special popped. So it's a little tricky. And the thing about switch abilities is you have to pop the switch ability on the room you want it. So I guess you could use 1 Bartolomeo special on 1 room. You swap on 1 Bartolomeo and then use a special, and then go to the next room and then swap again and then use the next special. I guess that's one way you could do it, and then you could get type boost and orb boost in both rooms from 2 different characters and threshold damage reduction. So very interesting for this whole kit. The first sailor ability for Barto is going to be driven character HP plus 50, and then Cavendish can be 50 attack. And then the combined sailor ability for their when they pop the special is driven character attack and HP 100. The second sailor ability is going to be 250 times attack, 2 plus 250 attack to himself when he's the last character attack in the chain, but only as Barto Cavendish. I believe that is the sailor abilities that we have. So all in all, pretty awesome unit. Really like him, but there are some flaws, and we're just gonna have to play with him as we go. I definitely think he's gonna be a top tier unit, probably top 10, but there's nothing super special about this unit that is new besides the switch ability, and I do like the switch ability a lot, so he's pretty freaking good, but we'll see. Let's check out the batch. Okay, and the first character in the batch here we got is Donsai. Donsai is going to max out at 1532 attack, max out at 12 turns. He's going to get enrage as well as slot seal reduction. He is going to be a fighter and driven character. Interesting, okay. Captain ability is going to be 1.25 times HP and attack 2.75 with matching orb, otherwise attack 1.5, so he's shit, of course. Special ability, reduce 3 turns of bind, despair, and burn. Okay, reduce 3 turns of attack up and rage and resilience on enemies. That's a lot of utility right there. That's a frick load of utility. And for 1 turn, reduce defense of all enemies drastically, and driven characters with color orbs is beneficial. So all in all, that's okay, I guess. He's got a lot of utility, makes all orbs beneficial. Nothing super special that driven was missing already. I mean, the bind despair reduction plus burn is good. The attack up and rage and resilience is also good. 3 turns of resilience reduction is probably the highlight on this unit, and then the fact that it does everything else is really great as well. So what we can definitely expect to see is that during a set of content coming up pretty soon is there gonna be resilience. And the nice thing about these Cavendish and Barto teams is that of course you can fit V2 Doffy as a sub. Driven Sailor ability 1 is going to be driven character attack by fist speed, and then he himself is going to treat recovering tandem orbs as beneficial, so that's kind of doo-doo. Support ability is Add 12% of HP and recovery to the entire batch, plus Abdul-Njit Dagma or Lumbus Bluegilly. Actually, no, not Chinjiao, Dagma, Abdul-Njit or Lumbus, Bluegilly, Suleimans, Cavendish, Ideo, Elizabello, and Harjudin. So yeah, and the entire batch. So all those in addition. Overall, not the greatest, but he's okay, I guess. I do like the utility, but we'll see. We'll see. The next step is going to be the new Int Elizabello, not Strength Elizabello. So Elizabello V2 is going to be a fighter and driven unit. So far, 2 fighters. Interesting. Okay. The captain ability is going to be each turn attack of driven characters will increase the max at 3.25. Oddly reminiscent to old Aokiji. OG Aokiji captain ability. What? Special ability is going to reduce 3 turns of percent damage cut and damage threshold cut. Oh, so percent and threshold. Okay. On all enemies, lock orbs for 1 turn, and when enemies have increased defense or reduced defense. Wait, when enemies have increased defense or reduced defense, boost orbs by 2 times. Conditional orb boost. Okay. Otherwise, he's going to boost the orbs of Psi and fighter characters by 1.75 for 3 turns. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess it's okay. Sailor abilities is going to be 150 attack to himself when he's the last to attack to the chain, which is always a good sailor ability. And the second one's going to be driven characters are going to treat int orbs as beneficial. Okay, so the int orb beneficial thing is really, really nice. The only characters that do that for driven are Pika. Then we got limited rare recruit Coby, and then now this unit. So if you're looking for an int or beneficial enabler, this is the only other one, I believe. There are 2 other ones in the game. There's like Sengoku, Legend Sengoku, and then there's Buggy. Those are the 2 I believe that do for everybody. But for driven, those 3 are the first. Support abilities to add 7% attack to each character for Don Chinjiao, Dagma, Abdul-Njit, or Lumbus, Bluegilly, Suleiman, Cavendish, Donsai, and Ideo and Harjudin. So, yeah, I don't know. Next on the list, we got Strength Ideo, and Strength Ideo is going to max out at 1533 attack, max out at 13 turns. Of course, be fighter driven again. There's an odd amount of fighters here. There's a lot of fighters. Did V2 Sanji just get a lot better? Anywho. The captain ability is going to reduce cooldowns by 1 turn at the start of the adventure, make driven and fighter characters attack by 2.5, and own attack 2.75, so that's doo-doo. Special ability is going to delay all enemies by 2 turns. When the captain is a Dex or Int unit, change block, empty, G, or why Int? Is that for Judge? Is that to help Judge? I might. Maybe there's another driven unit that's coming out on treasure mode that we're just not seeing, and then that unit's int, and then of course it's would be like Dex and Quick for Barto and V2 Doffy. So okay, I'm kind of curious now. Change block empty G orbs into matching, and for 3 turns lock the change for 2.75, and with Captain's Quick or Psi, changes bomb recovery tandem orbs into matching, and then for 1 turn lock the chain multiplier for 3 turns. Oh, so you can if you're using Cavendish or Barto, that's cool. Actually, never mind my original statement. Okay, so if you're using Cavendish Captain, it's a 3 times chain lock for 1 turn, and if you're using Barto Captain, 2.75 for 3 turns. So it's limited rare to Tashigi or a 3 times chain lock. That's cool. I like it. I like it a lot. That's cool. The delay for 2 turns might be bad, might be good. We'll see. But that's interesting. I like it. He is probably my favorite unit of the batch. That is really cool. That's a tricky captain ability. I mean, you can just you can choose whatever one you want based on whatever captain you have for Cavendish or Barto. That's clever. Good job, Bandai. I like this one. He himself is going to treat quick orbs beneficial. I really wish that was like a beneficial orb enable for the team. That would make him insane. And then for 3 turns, he's going to reduce special seal on himself. So that's awesome. I like that a lot. Support ability is going to be add 15% HP to each character for Chinjiao, Dagma, Abdul-Njit, Olympus, Blue Gilly, Suleiman, Cavendish, Sais, Elizabello, and Harjudin. 15% HP though. You're not really going to use him as a support, I guess, too often, but let's see. And the final unit of the batch today we're going to have is going to be Quick Harjudin, who is going to be a powerhouse and driven unit, killing all of the fighter driven. The entire fighter driven. That would have been cool if the entire one was fighter driven. That would have been really interesting. Because I think he's the whole batch with another captain. That would have been insane. I would love that. Captain ability is going to be driven and powerhouse characters, attack 3.25, and then reduce attack and HP by a little each turn. So he's really good turn 1, really bad after that. So that's cool. So that's really good for ranking missions if you can't use other 50 costs. So a 3.25 captain, obviously pretty good. So definitely an interesting recruit to have for that. Special ability is going to be reduce 4 turns of bind, paralysis, chain coefficient, reduce 1 turn of cooldown for driven and powerhouse characters. And when the captain is a driven or powerhouse character, boost attack against delayed enemies by 1.75. So bind, despair, paralysis. Sorry, bind, paralysis, and chain coefficient. I think the only one that does bind and chain coefficient now is that rare recruit Marco, but he also does chain lock and chain coefficient, I believe. So, and then I don't know if Marco does paralysis. I have to check, but I mean, this is really similar to that strength Marco, except 1 turn worse, but it does paralysis. So there's like, you know, there's stuff in there. But now we're seeing like 7, 8 turn binds all the time in raids and coliseums. So I don't know if I'm a huge fan of like them going back down to 3 turns and 4 turns on this batch. So we'll see. His sailor ability is going to be driven and powerhouse characters attack, but HP and recovery by 30. Then he himself is going to do 2 times damage against Dex characters. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Okay, so Dex is okay. So he doesn't have a negative type advantage against Dex, so that's good, I guess. Obviously he will with color affinity, but you know, it's better than nothing. Adds 9% attack and HP to each character for Jinzhao, Dagma, Abdul-Njit, Olympus, Blue Gilly, Suleiman, Cavendish, Donsai, Ideo, and Elizabello. So this whole batch is boosting a larger amount of characters, which I like for support abilities, but all of them are kind of like meh as far as support ability goes, so we'll see how the support abilities keep going. Overall, I like this batch a lot. It's a really good batch. I don't know if I like it better than the original version 2 doffy batch, but they have a lot of utility. And the only thing I'm really seeing that they're still missing from this entire batch for Driven is they do not have a silence reducer, and silence reduction on Driven has been a pain point for a very long time. So guys, beware on this batch. The only thing I saw that was a silence reducing thing was the silence reducing sailor from Ideo, unless I completely missed it. Hopefully I didn't. And their silence is still pretty hard to get rid of on all those teams. Alright guys, so that's gonna be it for the video. I kind of like this new batch, but there's of course that one thing with silence and Driven that you're not really getting out of it, and there are problems with special rollback and Driven. So the 2 main problems that they have with Driven in general, this batch does not help. So overall, I'm impressed with the Cavendish Barto Legend, but I'm not impressed with the batch in general. So we'll just have to see if we can get some more silence reducing characters out there. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you did, like, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and you guys have a great rest of your day.